Hi, I'm Brad Moon for Best Buy Canada's blog. Today I'm looking at the latest in mesh Wi-Fi networking solutions from Linksys, the Velop MX5 Wi-Fi 6 whole home router. The Velop MX5 provides coverage of up to 3,000 square feet. That's 279 square meters. Its tri-band radios can deliver throughput of up to 5.3 gigabits per second. Linksys says this router can increase Wi-Fi range by up to 50%, and perhaps more importantly in our increasingly connected homes, it will support 4 times the number of simultaneously connected devices that an 802.11ac router can, 50 or more devices. So why is that important? Well, I'm using US data here because I couldn't find info specific to the Canadian market, but I think it's still applicable. When 802.11ac Wi-Fi first came out, the average US home had 5 simultaneously connected Wi-Fi devices. The current average is now up to 9. Projections are that in the next several years that will hit 50. Looking around my office, without even running anything for testing, I currently have 11 devices that are permanently connected to my Wi-Fi network. They range from my laptop to my phone, a printer, a smart speaker, and even my watch. Now that's just in my office, so 50 sneaks up on you quickly. As you can see, this router has all the ports you might want for wired connection of LAN devices, including a USB port for a hard drive and network storage. To keep the look clean, the buttons and switches are on the bottom. The power supply is a little on the large side, so keep that in mind. I just want to show you a simple internet speed test running on 2 laptops in my office using my existing 802.11ac router. This is the test used by Netflix, so it's by no means scientific, but it gives you a pretty good idea. I'm on a 500 megabit per second ISP service, but my office is on the top floor of the house in a corner with a glass door and a brick chimney between me and the router. So as you can see, my speeds up here are seriously impacted. The laptop on the left has 802.11ac Wi-Fi, while the one on the right has Wi-Fi 6. Remember those numbers because I'll revisit this test once the Velop MX5 is set up. And speaking of setup, it's quite easy. Linksys has a mobile app that walks you through everything. To start off with, I connected the Velop MX5 to my existing internet gateway. You just plug in the Ethernet cable into the yellow port. The new router is in the exact same position as the previous 802.11ac router so that we're comparing apples and apples. So what does that pink light mean? Well, we just look at the handy card and it says that the router is now ready for setup. At this point, I just followed the steps in the app. If you happen to have a very large space or one where Wi-Fi is severely compromised, this is the point where multiple Velops could be connected to form a whole home mesh system. The app would walk you through that. Now, as part of the setup, there was a firmware update to install, a reboot, and then after roughly 15 minutes, most of that time with the router working on its own, I was online. Going back to my office, you can see what a big difference the new router made. It was especially noticeable in the laptop with Wi-Fi 6, which is able to take full advantage of the Wi-Fi 6 technical upgrades. So let's have a look at the range claims. I'm in my backyard about 70 feet from the house. I'm getting 3-bar Wi-Fi signal strength, and speed test is showing an impressive 100 megabits per second. That's better than I was getting in the house in my office with the 802.11ac router. Of course, you won't see all the advantages of Wi-Fi 6 until you start connecting Wi-Fi 6 devices to your network. However, that's becoming the standard for new devices. Most smartphones, tablets, and laptops released in 2020 are equipped with Wi-Fi 6, as is the PlayStation 5. If you need a new router, the Linksys Velop MX5 is a great choice for getting an overall Wi-Fi boost now that will only get better with time, while also preparing you for all those additional connected devices that will inevitably be joining your network. You'll find the Velop MX5 along with Wi-Fi 6 and whole home mesh network solutions at Best Buy. And to learn more about the Linksys Velop MX5 Wi-Fi 6 whole home router, be sure to read my full review on Best Buy Canada's blog.